Hey guys, what's up? It's raining. I'm out here this morning on a new vlogging setup I'm trying out here. So I've got, this is like, if you can't afford a Sony, then this is maybe what you could try. This is a Canon M50 with a viltrox speed adapter. And I'm trying out a new lens. This is a Canon EF20 2.8. So it's a 2 on the speed booster. And out here at Ren Lake this morning, just kind of walking around a little bit. I got Shauna's umbrella because it's raining. Whoa, that was slick. Stepping out here on the dock here at North Marcum. I was wanting to get a little more range. Right now I'm not really seeing it. It's a lot heavier. So much heavier. I'm gonna fall off this thing. It's so slick. I gotta be really careful. It's a lot heavier than I thought it was gonna be. This EF20 is an old lens. It is heavy. Like right now I kind of just wish I'd left the regular EFM lens on it instead of this 20mm, which is like, I don't know, weighs about 5 of them. The camera itself is pretty light, and then I've added the vlogging tripod, which is nice because I don't have to hold the camera up anywhere near as high, but I'm still too close. Like I want to be like this without having to have my hand fully extended. So anyway, oh my gosh, this is so uncomfortable. I'm so sorry. While we test out this vlogging setup, I want to talk about cycling, because that is what's kind of on my mind right now. So yesterday had a pretty terrible ride for me. Like I did fine, but I kind of bonked and blew up, but I never really felt real good on the whole ride. And I've been dealing with a problem for a long time. Really starting around 2018, I started having this problem when I was cycling that I would have like left arm tightness, left arm pain, chest pressure, and this tightness and chest pressure would seem to go away after a while. Like it didn't last forever. It was like maybe 30 minutes to an hour it would get better, and then I'd feel fine. So it meant I usually needed to kind of start every ride, if I could, with like a nice warm-up. Either if it was going to be a fast ride, I'd try to get a good 30-minute kind of spin in before the ride, or you know, a lot of group rides do start with a nice casual warm-up. So this problem eventually got concerning enough to me where, you know, left arm tightness and stuff is like, hey, there's something wrong there. So I tried a doctor, went to a doctor, told him about it, got some tests, and I couldn't find anything wrong. Couldn't find anything wrong with my heart. Same thing in 2020. It seemed like it was worse, you know, kind of concerning. So same thing. Went, got a bunch of tests. Couldn't find anything wrong with me. You seem fine. Don't really see anything wrong with your heart. Blood pressure was fine. If maybe a little high. You know, nothing came back wrong. So now here we are. Quit raining. Okay, so here we are in 2024, and I'm having the same problem again. I mean, it never went away. It's just like sometimes it feels a little bit easier to deal with than others. Sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, this is not a problem, and sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, this is killing me. Well, lately it's been pretty bad, and it's been a struggle. It makes training really hard because there's so many times I try to go out and ride, and it's like I just don't even feel like I can even do any kind of effort. It's like I'm fine as long as I keep my heart rate really low, like 115, 120, and then I start to get higher, and it's like I start to get that arm go numb, tingle, then I start to get chest pressure. Feels like my heart's just not getting enough blood, like somebody's having a tourniquet in my whole left side there where my heart is. So that's obviously not right. So third attempt, and this is the first time that they've actually found something wrong. Like, oh hey, so I've had a chest echo test, and it come back and said, well, you have an enlarged left ventricle now. So looking up, and again, I haven't really seen the cardiologist about this yet. Just so far, just talking or just looking at the doctor's report that showed up on my chart page. That enlarged left ventricle would cause a lot of the symptoms that I'm dealing with if you look them up. So besides, you know, like feeling bad when riding, maybe even more concerning is sometimes I feel really, really bad after riding. Like yesterday I did a 38-mile ride with the bike surgeon crew. Kind of bonks near the end and finished it very easy. Finished the last like 4 miles at, you know, probably averaging 15 instead of 18 like we had been. When I got home, I felt absolutely horrible for pretty much the rest of the night. Like I had a headache. I tried drinking some, you know, more fluids, took some Tylenol, but I just felt exhausted and tired the absolute rest of the night. 2 weeks ago I did this ride and I felt awesome. Like, I mean, I started off with my normal chest pain and tightness and stuff, but it wasn't very long that I got over that. And, you know, I felt really good. Like, it didn't take maybe 30 minutes, kind of like it used to for me. I really want to be able to train again. Like, I used to do the Sufferfest videos, and I would do those a lot, like when I first started indoor training. And I'd get on there and follow along with them. And, you know, it wasn't like I wasn't killing myself, but at the same time, you know, I didn't feel like I was going to have a heart attack. You know, I didn't feel like I was dying. So this 20 millimeter, I can hear it focusing. It's not super quiet. It says it's USM, but this is louder USM, I think, than others. There's different types of USM. If you get into the old EF lenses, there's like the ring USM. So these old EF lenses are going really cheap, you know, because like I'm sure that this 20 millimeter f2.8 was probably not available for $100. I'm sort of in this like camera upgrade mode. I've talked about that. The camera upgrade. I'm really kind of thinking about an R8. That's my plan right now. I sold my GH5. I still have the MetaBones adapter to sell, which should be, I'm hoping, at least $200, maybe 180 or something. So get rid of that. Get Micro Four Thirds out of my life completely. I'm just going to stick with Canon. I'm really, really tempted to switch to Sony. I think there'd be a lot of benefits for me. I think there's a lot that Sony does really well. But I don't know. I just like the way Canon cameras work. I'm used to them. This EF 20 millimeter lens, this is a very old lens. I got this on eBay for like $100 and I think just a little over $100. And I was looking for a good lens deal. I was wanting to try a different vlogging lens. So the advantage of this, of course, over just using the lens that comes with it, hopefully I'm getting some blurry background, which is something that the, you know, lens that comes with this camera struggles with. The kit lens on this. And with the speed booster, I've got an extra stop of light, which helps a lot, hopefully on mornings like this. And so it's probably a better looking shot, but it's definitely a lot harder to hold. The closer, the more range that you get out of the larger lens is probably kind of mitigated by the fact that it sticks a lot farther away from the camera, so it ends up being closer to you anyway. I've always just really liked primes though. I always thought primes just have a better image. I haven't used that many primes, mostly the 50, but I've had a few other primes, and I've always thought they just give a better image than a zoom lens, and they're usually cheaper. So we'll try it out some more. I'll do an actual proper review once I've actually used it some. So I'll check you later.